Mic Militant. This is the militant-minded movement. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for your ongoing support. I'm just waiting for a few more people to enter the room, and then we will move forward with the listening party. Catalogs Not For Sale project. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and thank you for your ongoing support. Like I said, this is your host, Mic Militant, and this is the militant-minded movement. Just waiting for a few people to come up in the room, and then I will begin. The first song on the project, Catalogs Not For Sale, is the name of the project. The first song on the project is Surviving NY. And the title says it for itself, Surviving NY. You know, growing up in New York City, it's a major city, it's a big city, and it's a lot that goes on that if you're not careful, you get sucked into something, because there's 8 billion people in New York City. I'm just paraphrasing it, but for the most part, it was rough. I grew up in the Bronx, New York. You know, I've been living in all parts of the Bronx. You know, South Bronx, North Bronx, East Bronx, West Bronx. Anywhere in the Bronx, been there, done that. You see what the shirt says? The Bronx. It's where my story begins. Yes, the Bronx is where my story begins. And growing up in the Bronx and living there most of my life, I experienced a lot of childhood traumas, you know, just different things that impacted my life. So this project meant a lot to me because I was able to express and put into perspective my lifestyle and what I was going through living in the Bronx. So this song in particular, Surviving NY, talked about my survival living in the Bronx. So without further ado, I have a few people up in here, so I'm gonna start the first song, which is Surviving NY. Let me know what you think. I'm taking questions. Anybody have any questions or, you know, want to know anything about the project, any songs on the project, just give me a shout, and I'll answer your calls. Just let me know where you're from, you know, so I could give you a shout. So without further ado, this is Surviving NY. Yeah, growing up in New York, you see a lot of things that might throw you off, but you gotta stay afloat. Mic Militant, running that work. Yo, to surviving NY, took a militant mind. Ride the train at night, somebody took a life, a human corpse on that iron horse. My eyes witness something trite. When souls cross another life, boy, can't be avoided if it's meant. The evil of a man is intent. Shot to the chest, bystanders innocent. It's 2024, still can't feed the poor. Dudes carry on behaving like broads when it rains. It pours. Chemicals in your pores. Shot to the head, hoods at war. God made man, said the world is yours. Man got deceived by Eve, then he fell long from God. He's too far gone. Roam the land till he meets the Lord. My real life is real right. The real fight brought real light. As a miner, kept my mind tight. Touch some dirt. Grown folks, business, hard work brought forth the work. Would you step aside? I'm the type. Stepped outside where I'm from. Couldn't hide. Didn't run from a fight. Couldn't think twice. If you was tough, you could check a stuff. If you're not down, got him to dump. No respect for chumps who couldn't handle the lumps. My reality. No sympathy for the weak. Pretend to be the G. Posted up on them streets. Heads rock to sleep. Demons are release. Became a casualty. What you thought, now a memory. Don't of course, that's the cost. It pays off. I survived New York. Mic Militant. I survived. New York. I survived New York. Mic Militant. Okay. Salute everybody that's tuning in. Your host, Mic Militant. You know, I've been doing this music thing for years, over 20 plus years, independent artist. You know, finally released one of my first projects ever that's professionally done by a accredited engineer. Salute EAP / engineer / producer. You know, he definitely came through. He came down to where I was at, and we got in the studio and worked on this project. You know, he did a lot of pre-production as far as tracking the music and things of that nature. But Surviving NY was like one of my first songs that I laid down on the project. So, you know, salute EAP for his support. But without further ado, the next song I'm gonna play is Gang This and Gang That. And this song right here was something that I was bringing a different style with it. You know, I wanted to express, you know, what I see in the community of this genre of music. And, you know, a lot of gang talk and a lot of negative energy, and I just addressed it in this song, talking about artists that post things on the internet and then ask the question, why am I incarcerated? Because the stuff that you're talking about on the internet is going to get you, it's going to self-incriminate you if you're not careful. Like if it's some street stuff that's going on in your life, you leave that in the streets. But a lot of artists like to bring their music or bring the streets in their music, and then when they're in a court of law and that music is being used against them, they crying, you know, or they getting their head splacked open because they portraying a lifestyle that they're not really living. And the hook is, you're not living like that. You know, a lot of artists are not living like that. And as an artist, I don't portray an image. You know, I'm not the type of person to portray an image, and knowing I don't live like a certain lifestyle, I ain't gonna promote it and get other people to live it by talking about it, because at the end of the day, I'm gonna have to hold myself accountable for the destruction and the carnage that comes after one of my songs. So I chose to take it somewhere else and use my music as an educational tool to survive life. So if you ain't about surviving life, then I don't know what to tell you. But without further ado, I'm gonna play a song. It's called Gang This and Gang That. Let me know what you think. You know, like I said, these songs come from the heart. This is something I've been working on for years. So at the end of the day, I just want people to know that I'm just not an artist that's just rapping just to be rapping. Like, my music has substance. My music, you know, is just a different type of genre. So without further ado, I'm gonna let y'all rock out to Gang This and Gang That. And also tomorrow, around this time, I will be doing the second part of the listening party, Q&A. I'll be taking questions. I'm definitely gonna be playing tracks, and in between the tracks, I'll give you a little synopsis of what was the mind state when I was doing this and building this music. But without further ado, make sure y'all tell a friend to tell a friend. It's not hard to do, and it doesn't cost you anything. So spread the word. Let them know Mic Militant is back. You know, salute to all my subscribers. Salute to everybody in the chat. Salute all those that support the militant-minded movement.
And again, this is gang this and gang that. Let me know.
Yeah, Mic Militant, Midwest to the BX, up and done studios, yeah, many late nights, about to take long flights, here we go. When we faced off the spiritual battle, clear communication caused you to babble, created frustration, continue to ramble on without hesitation. How long to prolong the situation? Lack of understanding brought misunderstanding. The fight interrupted by a crash landing. Casualties, enemies at random. Remedy, solution vanished. When ideas clashing tends to happen. Get caught lacking, souls escaping the earth. When caught in traffic, the rebirth regurgitates the cycle. In a city trapping, gain mental value. You started moving strange as you traveled along a lonely path to walk the land for this long stretch. To not understand the treasure in hand, kept on searching. Mental warfare created distortion when spitting facts. Never had to relapse. As a matter of fact remains. You're not living like that. You're not living like that. No, when spitting them facts. Never had to relapse. As a matter of fact remains. You're not living like that. You're not living like that. You're not living like that. Yo. Gang this and gang that. I say this to say that. Nowadays these cats dusty hood rats. Instagram informants. Beefed up on live chat. Lack of endurance. Weak in performance. Not real right. Talk online. Real life. They play fight. Spitting on facts. Kicking boom bap. Bumping them gums. Calling street rats. The end result. Get their eggs cracked. No chance to react. Man up or fall back. Relax or dirt nap. Call it G'd up. Tough talk. Real whack. Get out the tin strap. What happened to street crack? Artistry and real rap, bumping gums. That's a trap, end results, guns clap. With no chance to react before you get attacked. For smoking a deceased pack. Man, when spit in them facts, never had to relapse. As a matter of fact remains. You're not living like that. You're not living like that. You know, living like that. No, when spit in them facts, never had to relapse. As a matter of fact remains. You're not living like that. You're not living like that. You're not living like that. No. Okay. I hear you, Mic Militant. Have to do nothing to prove. Yeah. Mic Militant.
Yes, you're tuned in to Militant Minded Movement with your host, Mic Militant. Just having a little listening party this weekend for the project Catalog's Not For Sale, my first project, my first official project, excuse me, because I've done plenty of projects, but not at this magnitude and not at this professional level. You know, I had to pull in some resources. You know, I had an engineer come in and work with me and set up everything properly, and you know, salute EAP. I also want to salute Dylan Dunn, Lay Low Music. I want to salute her. She was a part of the support team that I needed to get this project finished. You know, salute Lay Low for the industry. Not for the industry, excuse me. You know, I'm grateful for, like I said, all the support on this project, because if I didn't have all these people around me and by my side and working with me, this project probably would have never been so successful the way it is. You know, it's 9 songs, 4 interludes. The next song I'm gonna play is Killer Rapper. You know, the project has not been released yet, but I'm giving y'all a sneak peek of the project. But once this project is released, it'll be tangible merch, as far as you can only get it from our movement, from our situation. You won't be able to get it on none of these social media platforms or none of that. So this right here is a treat for my audience. And I thank y'all for y'all ongoing support. So right now, I'm looking at 2 more songs I'm gonna play, and then, you know, I'm gonna shut it down and save the rest for tomorrow, at the same time. But the next song is Killer Rapper. This song is like a dart to rappers, but please, by any means, don't get it misconstrued. It's not me saying I'm gonna kill a rapper. It's more of a phrase I use to kill a rapper with words, using my words. And, you know, all this whole project is a force field or a culmination of my life. So all this is factual, and Killer Rapper was something that I needed to get off my chest, and was a verbal exercise. I believe in verbal exercises. So without further ado, this next track is called Killer Rapper. I thank everyone for tuning in and supporting the Mic Militant movement. Killer Rapper. Let me know what y'all think. Mic Militant. Salute. Uncle Gun Studio. GFB. My MOS militant on the streets. You already know. This rap game became a sickness. Wine and spirits combine the lyrics with alcoholic liquid. Back in the days, had to dodge the strays when crime paid on the corner trying to get my own change. I'm stacking bread. Never let them know what's going on in my head. Pretend to be broke instead. When I'm stressed, sit back and reflect. Everywhere I went, got up and left like what's next. Wonder what I do to get a deal. Should I show y'all how I really feel? Some claim to keep it real. It takes skills to put it all on the line. In the battlefield, destroy and rebel. Weight life's depressing. Turned up my aggression. Don't know nothing about oppression. 16-hour shift, no recession. On the curve, hearing G-tails, word of mouth, no emails. Niggas steady profit, stacking products, making deposits, looking like I ain't got it. These lines for the underground market. Street cred, good, hard work, filled up my wallet. Mic Militant, the mic master. Midwest to the BX, come to kill a rapper. Mic Militant, the mic master. Midwest to the BX, come to kill a rapper. Mic Militant, the mic master. Train to move faster, militant mind, here to kill a rapper. Went over your head, faced with disaster. G-check a character, before and after the days of the camera. Wolf out the play, push a little harder in search of prey. Learn to sit and wait, throw a rider while I'm in the hood to get a taste. Mask my face, just in case. Wish you had a way to escape. Can't get away. The mess gets made right where you stay. Your food knocked off your plate. Your space we invade like a federal raid. On the radar, it ain't safe where you lay. From the streets to the lobby. No exception for a body. Turn the robbery to a hobby. Get left taken for moving cocky. Made men since a youngin' seen dudes bugging. For the Benjamin, acting feminine. All of a sudden started suffering. Face repercussions. From study, woke up from a concussion. Throwing daggers in the lane. Black lives don't really matter. It's a fact, can't argue that. If you do, that's all cap. Here to kill the rats. Crack the pot where the actions at. Where the cannons cat. Kill the rapper. The mic master. To the BX, come to kill a rapper. The mic master. To the BX, come to kill a rapper. Killer Rapper. Like I stated before, that song wasn't to say that I'm a kill rappers. It was just a warning shot, lyrical warning shot, that people know that you know, this lyrical content can kill a rapper. The words that I'm using how I use my words and how I flow, I will kill a rapper with my style. But I just am grateful, like I stated before, to work with a skilled engineer that was able to direct me in the right direction as far as what is expected of my performance. And I'm grateful, forever grateful for that. You know, the last part of the Killer Rapper was a little extra added on, and this project took us almost 3 months to finalize as far as laying the track down, and then it took probably another 6 to 8 months to get everything mixed and mastered, and a lot of back and forth conversation. It wasn't just getting the booth spit and now you got this project. It took a lot of work, a lot of late nights, a lot of phone calls, and a lot of questions being asked about different things, and just working hard. Like, it was like a job, pretty much. If I want to say that, I'm gonna say that. We worked, you know. There was times where we locked in the studio 12 hours at a time on one song, sometimes 2 songs. But this wasn't a process for me that was real fast. Like, we took our time and we worked really hard to make sure that we wasn't just putting out anything. And that's why, you know, I'm grateful for my engineer EAP for coming through and allowing me to be myself. I wasn't expected to be animated or anything of that nature. I was myself, and I brought my lyrical skills and my lyrical content to the forefront without compromising who I really was and putting on a facade that wasn't really me. So this last song I'm about to play for the night is The Man with the Most. You know, this is another song that inspired me to introduce to the public. You know, a lot of stuff was going on when this song originally was put together. You know, I was dealing with allowing my child to get back into the school system after being homeschooled for so long. You know, it was she had to adapt to getting back into the school flow, but the school flow was already damaged, and I just felt bad for the children, because there's like, there was lamb being led to the slaughter. And it just made me want to put something together as far as lyrical content. So on this particular song, The Man with the Most, I always believed I was the man with the most, because I brought a lot to the table. But without further ado, this is 3 verses, you know, and it's just from my heart, you know, from my mind, from my spirit, and I hope you enjoy it. That's all I can say. But without further ado, this is The Man with the Most. Let me know what you think, and also let me know where you're calling from. Let me know where you're from. Salute.
Done Studios, Mic Militant, GFB Inc, collaboration. You already know, yeah. Yo, I'm the man with the most. Aim for the goal, go provoke, kill him soft with a lethal dose. In and out, move like a ghost, left heavy smoke, take control. Yeah, I said a no, and I won't. Why get too close since elementary? Militant time, my energy. On this rhyme from now to infinity. The identity of the enemy is kin to me. Praise for agony, another victory. Picture me being the two-sided with the lesser light as a feather. For this life project, I present logic. It's tense from the topic, they make no sense. My life project, urban logic. It's tense, most topics don't make no sense. For this life project, I present logic. Got tense from the topic, ain't make no sense. My life project, urban logic. It's tense, most topics don't make no sense. Spiritual inspector, thought-provoking like a professor. The seat mixed with jealousy, going out on a stretcher. In my era, no time forever. Dealt with terror, demise reflected in the mirror. Couldn't handle it. It gets more clear what you saw, seen it before. It came to war, going through that door. When you broke the law, give it to them raw. Go up on the shore when it's war, need I say more? Look the wrong way, count the gun flame where wolves lay. You became prey every day and all day when you shot it. Blind the current events, then you popped it. Caught your first offense. If I committed, that's flagrant. Create attention, be aware of the vibes you send it. Miscommunication, non-comprehension, loss of brain cells. That's how you learn a lesson. Any more questions? Life project, I present logic. It gets tense from the topic, they make no sense. My life project, urban logic. Gets tense, most topics don't make no sense. For this life project, I present logic. It gets tense from the topic, ain't make no sense. My life project, urban logic. Gets tense, most topics don't make no sense. The ones to survive the slums have to come from amongst them bumps since I was young. Where I hung, breathed in the wrong smoke, you could damage your lung. Had to be tough where I'm from, it was rough. Use both hands, some choose to run. In other words, go get a gun. As I started to grow, you already know. Taste of blood in my mouth, falling them out. New friend from foe. In the jungle, you learn to be humble. Get approach, don't mumble. Get ready to rumble. In my hood to advance, you took a chance. Get knocked out, taking a stance right where you stand. My pedigree straight G, inherited beat. Eyes wide open, got no sleep. Up on my feet, playing my position. Less talking, more listening. Fought hard not to be a victim. Look back on my life. God, I'm blessed. The struggle had me stressed. Coming up, labeled as a threat. Everywhere I went, demanded respect. Like a doctor, giving your heart a check. You failed the test, left with a serious mess. For this life project, I present logic. It got tense when the topic ain't make no sense. For this life project, I present logic. It gets tense when the topic ain't make no sense. My life project, urban logic. Gets tense, most topics don't make no sense. For this life project, I present logic. It got tense when the topic ain't make no sense. My life project, urban logic. Gets tense, most topics don't make no sense.
Yes, that was my life project. Salute to EAP, salute Laylo Music, salute Dylan Dunn Studios, salute GFB, salute all those that rock with me, all my, followers and people that's been rocking with me since day one. I appreciate y'all. Tomorrow, same time, I'll be playing the second part of my project. The next 5 songs you're gonna hear will be probably, or the next 4 songs. That's one of the songs I will not be playing due to certain situations. But the next song you're gonna hear tomorrow is Moves in Motion, The Survivor, Dudes Don't Scare Me, and Catalogs Not for Sale. The name of the project as a whole is Catalogs Not for Sale. And like I said, I thank everybody for tuning in. This is the Militant-Minded Movement. Mic Militant is the host, and I thank you guys for your ongoing support. And I hope to see you soon, Lord willing, tomorrow. But y'all be good. Again, I thank y'all for your ongoing support, and just be on the lookout for more content, more information, more music. Peace and love.